Hello, welcome back to part 2 of our decoupage, this clock. I resined it last night. I only put one thin coat of resin, and basically that's all it needed. Okay, so today we're going to put our clock face, and I have this clock face that I bought from Joann Fabrics, and it comes with these numbers right there, but they're too small for what I wanted. So since this one I purchased at Michael's, I had already used the mechanism on something else, but I didn't use the number because I used a different numbers that I purchased to make my other clock. So today we're going to need a hot glue gun with some glue in it, and just in case we need some extra, another glue stick, some tweezers, little nail cutter, this just in case you need it, scissors because I had to cut the hands. They have a self-gluing back, but I would not trust that, especially on a surface like this. So I'm also going to use my mosaic tile glue, our little twine, and like a brush. Or we're not going to use this part of the brush. We're just going to use this to put glue on the back of our numbers. So when you cut them out, they'll look like this, and you just kind of like cut the paper a little bit so that you can keep the paper that protects the glue. So then just twist like this and then twist it off. However, reason why we need a nail cutter is because there's this little sharp edge that you can just cut, and I found the best thing that does it is a nail cutter, and it cuts it. Or you could, if you want, you could use, I don't know what the heck these things are called, but they cut right that. But I found the nail cutter does it much better. You need scissors. So I purchased 2 yards of the same twine from Joann Fabrics. It's just that when they cut it, make sure that they put tape right along where they cut it, because the one Clark, she wasn't gonna tape it. I said, are you gonna put tape on that? It's not gonna unravel on me, is it? So I made her put tape on it, because by the time you get home, this whole thing could unravel on you. So on both ends, I had her put tape. So just remember, and whenever you're finished, whatever you don't use, before you cut, put a tape on it. So we're just gonna put light dab if it comes out. Boy, I can get it to open, and now I can't get it to come out. Oh, and scotch, I don't know if I mentioned it, but you need scotch tape for when you're done putting your piece together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this a little bit over here, because I'm going to start where the 12 is at. Make sure that you're putting your numbers correctly. Okay. Cut this. There we go. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue so it adheres right away. That glue, hate hot glue gun. Okay, that glue clumped up. And if the glue clumped, we make sure you remove it, just like this, because unlike this mosaic glue, it does not dry clear. It clumps up and it turns white. Okay, put a little bit of that napkin had glue on it. Put a little bit of glue on this so it doesn't unravel. There we go. I'm going to turn it facing me because it's easier for me to do it this way. So, and I'm removing my glasses. So now we got that part adhered. Just keep putting the mosaic glue down. And what we're doing is we're just covering the edge, the rough edge of where the napkin was cut along with the resin. That's gonna have to go. The glue clumped up. Make sure you remove the hot glue gun, the glue from the hot glue gun. Put a little bit more, just a sliver, and then that should do. Yeah. Make sure you clean any, I call them spider webbing, off of your resin. Look at that. Little spider webs. That's what I call them. Ugh. I hate hot glue. It just gets into everything. It's like one of those necessary evil thing. Because this glue doesn't hold right away, it takes about a few minutes or so. So especially around the edges or where you're gonna curve your rope, that's where you're gonna need the hot glue gun to help adhere your rope to this. Just a smidgen. Just like that. Hold it, turn it my way again. Clean off some of the glue that's getting on your part that you don't want glue on. That will dry clear. Okay. And this mosaic glue it starts getting like a thick film. That's why I only put a little bit at a time. Let's put a little bit of glue, hot glue right here. That's why I put out only a little bit at a time, because you don't want that film, because it starts drying. Just hold the part that you're done laying the glue on. Small bead of glue. And remove any hot glue gun that seeped out, or hot glue. Because like I said, it will dry clumpy. Be careful not to put glue on your picture part. We're almost at the home stretch. tape now. I'm going to use a tape. And what you want to do is where you put your thumb, where you want it to cut. Yeah, tape's sticking to me. And then cut from where you held your, there we go. I'm gonna put a little bit of hot glue right there. And that should hold. I'm gonna put some glue on top of it so it doesn't fray. Like I said, that should dry clear. I'm just gonna clean off the glue off the resin part. And there you go. So this is where our 12 is going to be. Okay, I'm done with the hot glue gun. I'm going to unplug it so I don't burn myself. Let's open our mechanism. Instructions are in the back. So you want to remove that little I don't know, little nut, a bolt, I don't know what they're called. Make sure you don't lose it. Set it right there, and then and this is a 7/16 like that. Let's see if we, oh my goodness, need the wrench all the way there. Now it worked. So then it comes with these two washers. One's a rubber and the other one is gold. So this one you can leave out if you need the room. Then I call this the nose. So it might just fit, so I'm putting it in. Let's see. And if it won't slip in, just try screwing it in. It should fit. Here we go. Now this one doesn't come with a hook, but it does have like a nail hole there where you can hang it. So you want to make sure that's at 12 o'clock. Okay, so then you put your washer there. And yeah. Now I'm not going to worry about tightening it right now, because we'll be taking it off again, or maybe not, who knows. I just need it yeah, well, you know, I'm not taking it off, so I might as well tighten it up, because I'm not doing a second coat of resin. Okay, so what's so nice about this part is you have this to use as to hang it mount it and it'll sit flush to the wall, or you can hang it with this. So you want to make sure that you turn that, make sure it's upright to your 12. Okay? Slightly crooked. There we go. Now I would tighten it right there. But if you tighten it, make sure that the back doesn't move. And it didn't. So when you're tightening it, you have to hold the back down, or else this thing will just keep spinning and you're wondering why it's not tightening up, because this thing is just spinning. So you want to hold it as you tighten the little bolt there. Okay, so now we have, this comes with an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand. So, and I believe these might have, yep, they do. They have a plastic thing, protective covering. I gotta figure out there, it's coming off. There we go. So then this just snaps on. You gotta wiggle it. I hate to put the fingerprints on this, because especially if it hasn't cured yet. I gotta remove the protective plastic. There we go. Now our little nut, they'll give us a fit. There, oh wow, it didn't give me as much of a fit as it usually does. And this is just a finger tighten. I think it went in crook. Maybe it is going to give me a fit. Yeah, it's gonna give me a fit. There we go. That's better. I'm not gonna put the second hand on yet. We're at 12. Let's get our 1. And like I said, even though these are self-sticky, I would still put some of this on, because I've tried doing the self-stick and they don't stick for a long time. They don't even stick the same day that you put them in there. I forgot to cut the little, see, right there. It cuts it really nice. cut that little nip off. Just coat this. Our glue's starting to dry off. It's leaving a film. It's clumping. Check, make sure your numbers are not crooked. Clean off any excess glue. And every so often look up to make sure that your numbers aren't crooked. So the other two will sit right here. Cut the little stem off. Press them down, clean off any excess glue. And check them to make sure that it's not crooked. Kind of like that, you see. R3. I'll cut off the little stem. It's just you got to remember to make sure that your numbers are right side up, because there's a distinct pattern where the 3, and make sure you don't do the 9 here, because the 6 and the 9 are similar. It's just the one goes up and the other one lays down. That's that. Make sure that they're aligned. So you know the 5 is going to be perpendicular from the 1, like that. So wherever the 1 is, the 5 is probably going to be below the 1. Well, at least it should be. If it's not, I did something wrong. The 4 will be right here. And the stem for the 4 is on its top. There we go. Yeah, my glue's starting to get clumpy. Yeah, up a little. There we go. There's that. So like I said, the 5's going to be right below the 1. Cut off the stem. So if you want to measure it, you take your, there you go. See, they're right below each other. Might have to move it just a little bit, but they are below each other. There you go. Press it down so the glue attaches. Then of course you know that the 6 will go below the 12. Okay, make sure you don't turn it upside down to where it looks like it's a 9. And like I said, the glue will dry clear. I just don't want it to dry clear clumpy, because it'll dry clear, but the clumps you'll see. This was a perfect mechanism for it. I probably would have preferred black, but so the 7's going to be right here. It'll be below the 11. Cutting the stem. Yeah, my glue is clumpy. How's it looking so far? Good, huh? Okay, so the 8 is going to be across from the 4. Just at the bottom of the 4 is where the 8 should be, the bottom of the 8. And with the 8, there is the smaller circle is the top part. The wider circle would be the bottom part. Okay. Yeah. Did a good job. I'm just pressing it down. I don't see any clumpy glue. There we go. Now the 9. Cut the stem off. Now make sure you don't put this upside down. There we go, right there. We're almost at the home stretch. 10 will go right here. We'll start off with the 0. And this is called a 0, not an O. And it's gonna be right across from the 0, the 2. Got 0 on the brain. The other one. Cut the stem off. Okay. Make sure you give a good distance between your 0 and your 1. And that it's straight. That looks about right. Where's that? There's so much glue on this. Just like that. Look at that. Okay. Now for our last 2 numbers. The 11. I'm not gonna press down on that just yet until I put the last one. Okay, I'm gonna turn it towards me so I can see. Yep, that's correct. Now I'm going to press them down. Make sure they don't move. There you go. All done. Now let's see if it works. Put you on the second handle on. And this one doesn't have that plastic film. So I guess this is the female and that's in there is the male part, and you just stick it in there. I can't show it, it's too tiny. It's a little, and then it just snaps in there. There. And it does take a double lay. And it works. What do you guys think about the gold numbers? Do they fade in? They kind of fade in the background, don't they? I would have preferred black, but at least it doesn't take away from our little finished piece. So let me put you on hold again. I'll go grab the Lazy Susan and I'll show you everything. Let me put you on pause. Okay, here's what we've made so far. There's our clock. Let's move these out of the way. The Lazy Susan. Ta-da! And this takes about I think 2 days to cure the glue that's on this. Okay, and then so there's our clock, our Lazy Susan, and then our coasters. Coasters, 2, 4, 6 coasters. I haven't made the trivets yet. I don't know if I will. I probably will, because I've already painted the 2 things. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel to hopefully keep me going. I enjoyed this today, so I hope you guys did too. This is a 2-part, so this would be the second part. And if you want any of these, the clock, my Lazy Susan, the coasters, any one or all of them, I will give a good price for a bundle. You can contact me at Rosalie, ROSALIE _Bromley, BROMLEY @yahoo.com, or rosaliebromley@gmail.com. All one word, no spaces or anything. Okay, well, that's it for today, and thank you for sticking around with me this long. You have a good day. Bye now.